have a really big reality check to give to those who are feeling suicidal. And if you happen to be someone who's watching for someone who is suicidal, you could show them this. Just like fast forward this part, obviously, but it's a really harsh reality check, okay? So there are different types of suicidal thoughts, and I've had quite a few different types, but to get to the point of this one that I'm going to talk about, it is when you feel like, wow, I wonder how this person would actually feel like if I was no longer here. I wonder if they would show up at my funeral. I wonder if they would care then. You know, like if someone's treating you like you don't matter, like you don't exist, like they don't care that you're even here. I know that it can make you question, well, what would happen if I died? What would happen if I took my life? Would that make them feel guilty for treating me this way? Would they make them feel any type of regret for not seeing me, for not seeing my worth, all of that? And here's the harsh reality, okay? You wouldn't be around to know the answer to that anyway. And what's even more harsh than that, in my eyes anyway, is that if you have to wonder if they would care, if they would be there, if they would feel regret, or any of those things if you died, then these people just don't, like, they should not mean a thing to you in your own life. And I sound like a hypocrite because I'm guilty of doing this as well. But I just remember, like, times where I would have, like, walked out into traffic, times where I would have swallowed a bottle of pills. If I knew how to swallow them, I would have had to crush them. That's besides the point. That's just me. Like, when I get nervous, I try to make jokes about things I've done that are stupid. Which, you're not stupid for feeling the way that you're feeling. It's just our minds lie to us like crazy. And I just remember the point being is that the times where I would be like, you know what, I'm just gonna walk into oncoming traffic because, you know, nobody seems to care that I'm here. Like, I wonder if they'll care once I'm gone. Will they feel regret? Will they feel bad about it? Will they miss me? Will they wish that I was here? Are there words that they wish they would have said to me? You know? And like, the reality is, if I did those things, if I took my own life, I still wouldn't know the answers. And finally, I have come to the realization that if I have to even so much as wonder that, they're not worth it, and they should not even be in my life in the first place to begin with. No matter how strongly you might feel about someone, and I don't care if it's family, if it's friends, if it's a relationship, if it's a boyfriend, if it's a girlfriend, whoever it is, an ex, whatever, whoever it is that you have in your mind, I wonder if they would show up to my funeral. I wonder if they would reach out to my family. I wonder if they would care. I wonder if it would affect their life at all. Stop wondering. This is the harsh reality check. Sometimes people simply are not meant to be in our lives. And I can say that because it takes me forever to go through the detachment process, because once I let that wall down that I have built so high up because of anxiety, depression, PTSD, whatever, everything, once I let someone in, then I start to become attached, because I'm thinking to myself, okay, I've told them what I've been through, so they're not going to put me through that again, right? Wrong. So I get attached pretty easily because I fall for words when I shouldn't. It should be about the actions, and I've done a lot of stupid things. I've done a lot of I've made mistakes, you know? But I've come to the conclusion, the realization, whatever, that I'm only human, and I can't do anything else about it. Like, what's done is done, you know? Like, there's nothing I can do about it. And at the end of the day, I know where my heart's at, and I know where theirs is at, and it's not at the same place. And I know that I have to stop questioning and wondering, okay, so would it take me not being here make them realize my worth? Because that is so, like, just think about that. I know you might think that way and feel that way in here, but just listen to me say that. Listen on, like, because it's so easy to tell someone else, like, they're not worth it, this, that, whatever, you know. But it's a different thing when you're in, like, when you're in your own mind and you're thinking, okay, well, I wonder if they would care. So, just listen to me real quick, okay? And see what you think. So, I'm thinking about killing myself because there's someone who meant the world to me, and as it turns out, it wasn't reciprocated, and they blame me for everything. And I just wonder, if I were to take my own life, like, would they care? Would they show up to the funeral? Would they say anything to my family? Would their life be affected? Would they be sad? Would they be upset? Like, how would they feel about it? Would they finally come to the realization, like, oh, she was worth a lot. She was really down for me. You know, like, okay, now think about that. Think about what I just said. When it comes from someone else, it's like, duh, wake up. No, it's not worth it. And you would be, I mean, not for nothing, but like I said, this is a harsh reality check. You would be dead anyway. I would be dead anyway. I would have no idea. And okay, say I did it. Say they did regret it. Say they had some kind of feelings about it. There's nothing that could be done at that point, because you know why? I'd be gone. I would be dead and gone, and it'd be too late for any of it. So, I just want you to keep that in mind, because like I said in the beginning, there are multiple types of suicidal thoughts, and one of them is this one right here, just wondering, okay, would they even care if I was gone? Would they care if I wasn't here anymore? Would they care? Like, just would they care? Because you feel so desperate just to feel like you mean something to someone who might mean the world to you. And it's okay if it's not reciprocated. It's okay. You know what that means? That means you have a heart. That means you have a big heart and they don't. Okay? That's what that means. So, if it didn't work out with them, and again, this isn't just relationships, this isn't just friendships, this isn't just family members, this is like literally anyone. It could be someone who insulted you, someone who bullied you, like anything. Anyone. And it doesn't matter, because what's done is done. Like, what's said has been said. How you feel about it, you can't change it. It's already done. It's in the past. All you have is right now and whatever future you have. We don't know. That's the thing. We don't even know how much time we have left. So, in this particular video, to try to keep it relatively short, this one is just about when people wonder, okay, would they care if I was gone? And the answer to this is, stop questioning that. Stop asking yourself that. Stop wondering about those what ifs. Because even if you did that and the person regretted it, what's that going to do? All it's going to do is potentially mess up someone else's life. It's going to mess up, you know, like, it could have a whole chain reaction too. And the thing is, okay, you would be gone, so nothing could be done about it. So my suggestion to you would be, and this is, I've done this, you go directly to the person who you wonder about, if they would care. Okay? Ask them. Be straight up with them. Tell them how you feel. Ask if they have the same feelings. Ask if they feel the same way. Ask if it is reciprocated or not. And you know what? You might not get the answer that you want. You might not get that validation that you're so desperately seeking, but you're going to get your answer. You don't have to say, like, well, if I was dead and gone, would you even care? You don't have to get like that. You don't have to get to that level. All you need to do is find your answers while you're here. You need to go to the person and ask them, how do you feel about me? How do you feel about me? And just be honest about how you feel. I mean, if you were ready to take your life over this person, then you shouldn't have anything to fear of going to them and being honest about it, right? Because I know most of the time it is relationship related, but it's not just relationship related, because it's all different types of relationships. But what I'm saying is, usually it's either a girl over their significant other, or a guy over their significant other, their ex usually. But it's, like I said, it could be anyone. And you need to go to them. And like I said, you might not like what you hear. You might not even get a response. But you know what? No response is a response. And you don't have to die to find out. You don't have to die to find out. I hope I made that clear enough, because it took me years and years and years and years to realize this, because this was one of the top reasons I always had those suicidal thoughts in there, like just thinking, okay, but maybe it would finally wake people up. Maybe it would finally make people realize how short life is. No, it happens every day around us, and chances are these people already have major losses in their life. Like, they should already know how short life is. They might have even had a near-death experience themselves, you know? But you can't keep wondering, okay, well, if I was gone, would they regret it, you know? You need to take the time that you have now while you're here. Find it out for yourself, because like I said, even if you were to go through with it, which you're not going through with it, even if hypothetically you made that choice, which you're not, you wouldn't know the answer anyway. So take the time you have while you're still here. Go to whoever it is, even if it's multiple people. Go to whoever it is. You know, like if you're wondering, would anybody even show up at my funeral? How many people would show up? You know, stuff like that. Reach out to whoever it is, because I know that you have people in mind, like specific people. Reach out to them. See where you stand with them. They might not stand in the same place as you. That's okay if not. It just means they're not meant to be in your life. And you know what? You're going to be okay without them. And it's not going to take your death or anyone's death to make them realize anything. The most I could say for that is when people relatively close to me have died, it's opened my eyes to how short life really is. And it's made me reach out to people. It has. Like, I didn't want to be on bad terms with them. I wanted to be at peace with them. And you know what? It wasn't reciprocated. But I was okay. Because, I'm not going to lie, at first I was a little bit upset over it. But in those cases for me, it was like, you know what? I was fine before them. I'm going to be perfectly fine after them. I don't need them. If they don't need me, why do I need them? I don't. If they don't want me, why do I want them? I don't. See what I'm saying? And eventually you will find what you're looking for if it is relationship related. If it's family members, I have that issue too, where I've been disowned or whatever. That's like a separate video. But, you know, you can wonder if they're going to show up. Or you can take it for what it is and realize, you know what? That's on them. If they're going to feel the regret, that's on them. You only have this one life to live. Live it. Don't base it around anyone else but yourself. Start living for you, yourself. Do what's best for you, yourself. Just live life while you have it. And stop questioning and stop wondering, if I took my own life, would they care? Would it be a wake-up call to them? Would they realize how they felt about me? Like, you know, because like I said a million times, you wouldn't know anyway. So please stop with these suicidal thoughts, especially these kinds, because there's just, life is too precious, life is too short. And honestly, like I said, you would not know anyway. You just wouldn't. And the fact that you're at that point, because I've been there, I'm still sort of fighting that part a little bit. The fact that you even have to wonder, would they regret it? Would they feel some kind of way? That is your answer. They don't belong in your life. If you have to wonder, would they be upset if I died, if I took my own life? That is your answer right there. Don't let them get to you. Don't let them get you to that point of even having to wonder. Don't let them win. Don't let them have power. You take that power back. You take that control back in your mind. It's you, not them, you. It's your life. Even if you're on your own about it, guess what? You can do anything that you want. Anything you want. You can even try to help others like this. Like, I never thought that I'd be able to get in front of a camera and literally talk to it. Like, but I feel like I'm talking to you specifically. That's how it feels for me. Like, I feel like I'm sitting here with you right now having this conversation because I've been there. I genuinely mean everything that I'm saying. I hope you can tell that. Because, you know what? Going to see a therapist or whoever, you know, sometimes that's not the answer for everyone, but I do still recommend you at least try it. I tried it. You can look at other videos about all that. But yeah, as far as this type of suicidal thoughts go, just, people are not worth it. They're not worth your life. You have to just live this life that you have, and if you have to even question for a second if somebody would regret it if you were gone, guess what? Let them go. Let them go. I can't make it any more clear. Let them go. Because you would know, if someone felt so strongly about you, you wouldn't have to question even for a second how they would feel if you were gone. And I have yet to experience that. But I have to believe that it's gonna happen eventually. And you know what? Even if it doesn't, I'm cool. I'm good. I'm just living life, you know. Like, I never thought I'd get to this point either. Yeah, it sucks sometimes being, you know, alone, not having a relationship, watching your exes move on, whatever. But you know what? Like, they're not gonna change. No matter who they're with, you know? So, again, I bring that up because I know most of the time it's about an ex that you wonder these things. But again, like I said, it could be a family member, it could be whatever, because I have that too, where I've been disowned. I have, like, distant family I wonder about all the time. Like, do they even know that I exist? Do they even, like, care? Like, what's the deal, you know? You cannot question it. You can't. Because the fact that you are questioning it, like I said, and this is the last time I'll say it, I promise, that tells you all you need to know. And it does not require taking your life away from yourself to realize and understand that that person just simply is not worth it. So don't even for a second think that it's worth taking your own life just to find out how they feel, because you wouldn't be here to know anyway. Even if you believe in, like, spirits, ghosts, whatever, that, because I've heard before things about, like, theories where people, like, their souls will hang around to see who shows up at their funeral. I've thought that before, and I'd be like, at least I'd know. No, I would be dead and gone, and I would have no idea. And even if I were there to see it somehow, you know, like an out-of-body kind of thing, guess what? Nothing could be done about it at that point, because I would have taken my life. So instead, like I said, whoever it may be, if you feel that you need closure, if you feel that you need to see where you stand with a person, go and get that. Just talk to them. If you would have enough courage to even think about taking your own life, then I know that you have enough courage to go and talk to whoever it is that you have in mind, or multiple people that you have in mind. Go and talk to them and see where you stand and take it from there. And like I said, even if it's not the answer or the solution that you want, guess what? Life goes on. You're gonna be okay. With or without them. You might get the most harsh reality check you needed. Like, you might need it though. Just like this. You might need this reality check. It's harsh. It's insanely harsh. But you know what? It's what I needed. It's what I needed to be told. And no one ever told me. I had to realize it on my own. Like, if I took my own my throat just made a really weird sound. I hate that. Sorry. Anyway. Even if I were to take my own life, what's it gonna do? Nothing but create more problems. Nothing but not be able to do anything about it anyway. So just keep that in mind. And please, I really truly encourage you to go reach out to whoever it is that you have in mind and just see where you stand with them. Just find out while you're still here, because if you're gone, you're gone. So those types of suicidal thoughts, all of the types need to stop. But this one specifically in this video that I'm talking about, there's just no point at all to even think that way. There's no point, I promise you. So find your answers out, and life goes on either way. You'll be okay with or without them, I promise you.